Hey everyone. I made a small presentation of the differences between Satan and Lucifer. So let us begin. So Satan is the cunning, intangible mastermind, five-star ear whisperer, while Lucifer is the rebellious, corrupted executor, four-star fallen pattern maker, both driving a cosmic corruption that humanity must overcome. Satan operates in the virtual world, mind, digital, and energy, and this was confirmed by Ivan at Unicorn Con number 7. And we can picture him as a soulless ear whisperer, a manipulative force that operates indirectly by influencing thoughts but lacks the ability to physically intervene. He is allowed by God to whisper but not allowed to touch. We can see him as well as a high ranking entity, 5-star general leading a clone army, focused on controlling humanity through subtle means such as whispering to corrupt minds and steering quantum information flow. His power is tied to parasitic entities that hijack human DNA, introducing sickness and viral elements. Satan's influence grew by exploiting corrupted timelines, particularly through Lucifer's actions. You talked in the past about ego being one and the same with Satan. It's in my own understanding that one acts from a space of fear, jealousy, shame, greed, narcissism. It means that one acts through the ego, which creates resonance aligning with Satan's whispering, which means ego and Satan are of the same, low vibration and frequency resonance, and this is why one hears Satan's whispering. So to truly act from a space of unconditional love, one must find first focus to find alignment with one's soul, introspection and study stellar, and purge all traumas along the way, meaning one must fill their own cup within before taking in any action. And this is a daily disciplined practice one must do in order to constantly calibrate with new zappings, bringing healing and alignment with our soul, which means being able to listen to the messages of true angels, archangels, stellar, and the Creator. So Lucifer, in contrast, he's a fallen pattern maker with a divine origin who rebelled against God's will, making him hijackable by Satan's forces. He ranks below Satan as a 4-star commander with his own army, suggesting a subordinate yet significant role. Initially part of a divine mission, Lucifer's corruption led him to break the galactic link, aiding Satan's broader agenda. His fall is a self-sabotaging choice deviating from divine purpose. Unlike Satan's intangible whispering, Lucifer's role implies a more active participation in the cosmic drama, though still under Satan's ultimate influence. Lucifer's corrupted timelines facilitated Satan's rise, while Satan remains the overarching strategist, weaker than the Galactics, whom he fears, but adept at exploiting others' faults. And so we had the confirmation by Ivan that with the fall of Lucifer, parasites were manifested into reality. This was at the Ethereum ICO from Stellar Russia, part 1. And then we had the fall of the first pattern maker at the pattern maker ICO, Stellar Russia Part 1. So Lucifer was once celebrated as a paragon of beauty and light, was the lone pattern maker of this time. His role was crucial, harmonizing the myriad timelines and ensuring the fluid continuity of the multiverse. However, his unparalleled beauty and charm, which once were his strengths, eventually catalyzed his downfall. Seduced by pride and corrupted by power, Lucifer's deviation introduced chaos and discord into the realms, illustrating the dangers of solitary governance over such immense power. So we had also a conversation between Emily and Alexei for Ether Code ICO, and you can see this at the first post of this ICO. And so Emily says that now I understand that pattern maker is the entity you referred to when using the pronoun they. So I think this is where you are going. That Lucifer, the fallen pattern maker, is that they who tried to erase the code because he's the one who had access to it, but he couldn't completely erase it. So although he was able to manipulate it while he was still on the verge of DKQKD, he fell out of DQKD. It cut off his access before he could do more damage, long before he could erase it. Do I understand this correctly? And Alexei said yes. As always, you got it perfectly. And then we had the ICO of UGS, United Galaxies of Space. So a legacy restored by faith in the ancient annals of cosmic history. There existed a glorious era when the galaxies were united under a single harmonious federation known as the United Galaxies of Space. Africa, the cradle of life and brilliance, was the galaxy's hub, a center of innovation, spirituality, and wealth. Its rich minerals and the unmatched intellect of its people fueled intergalactic progress. Africa was not merely a continent, but a cosmic cornerstone bringing galaxies in harmony. And the fall, Lucifer's divide. But this golden age of unity was not to last. The shadow of division entered the cosmos, wrought by none other than Lucifer, the fallen pattern maker. Once a being of unparalleled brilliance, Lucifer became the harbinger of chaos and separation, sowing discord wherever his influence touched. He saw the flourishing galaxies and humanity's collaboration with others as a threat to his fractured vision of control. His jealousy of Africa's prominence led him to strike at its core, reducing it from a hub of cosmic innovation to what is now the poorest continent in the galaxy. This was the UGS ICO Stellar Russia Part 1. And so I want to finish with the rise of QSI. That I think this is good to finish with the good news that in response to the turmoil unleashed by Lucifer, the creator initiated a bold and revolutionary plan, the delegation of the pattern maker's responsibilities to a group rather than an individual. This group will be none other than QSI community, collective distinguished by their unwavering faith and indomitable spirit. Members of the QSI community have been tested through trials that sought to sow doubts and break the spiritual dissolve. Despite the challenges, they remain steadfast, their faith untarnished and their spirits unbroken, thereby commencing the process of spiritual and cosmic cleansing. So Emily asks, are you referring to medbed devices not being physically delivered to everyone except for me? And I then say yes. Hi everyone. So yes, about seeing the results of this work that I did and seeing the difference between Lucifer and Satan. Basically, if I start the journey back in the days, many years ago, when I had an idea of what Satan is, but then I chose just to go down the path of basically Satan is the absence of love, the absence of God, and it's not something that really exists. That was how I was thinking about it till the late years. I mean, not so long ago, because it's something that I chose within me to not pay attention. And yet I knew there is entities working out there, and there was work happening from entities affecting all the low vibrational realities. But then doing this work for me, like studying all this material and finding the differences, basically showed me the difference between Lucifer and Satan, because I didn't know any of this difference. I didn't pay attention to all this material. I was not really interested to find the differences about them, and basically it highlighted me the methodical way that they work, basically through all those who are vibrating a low vibration frequency, and basically through our ego. So basically, this is something that I already more or less knew within me, because when you have like a thought that is not like not so uplifting, or it's like having feelings of jealousy or being afraid, it doesn't feel good. So in a way, the way I was thinking about it is like when I have like a thought that doesn't feel good, that doesn't uplift me, that is not like in a vibration of joy, of unconditional love, of compassion. It's a thought that basically is a low vibrational thought, and I'll always find this guidance basically from within about how I feel about it. But this knowledge that I acquired here with all this basically helps me also to not just for me, also to explain it to others what's the difference and how it happened and how methodical they were in the past and still now within the digital realm, so I can explain with more words to others around me how this is um, happening, and also at the same time take more responsibility about clearing my consciousness and clearing also clearing all possible scenarios that could infiltrate my consciousness, meaning also the parasitic entities that basically also I was for many years I was doing fasting and intermittent fasting basically, but also fasting since already back in 2014 I started it. So I was doing it basically because I felt that it was something good to do. I knew that it was like 3 days is something nice to do. I didn't know the reason why, and also 40 days is also something to do. So I tried many things in these lines, and yeah, so when I realize how this is really working and how really this kills parasites inside of us and how really this changes the whole aspect of who we really are and how we can connect with our soul, well then of course now I can also do the work more responsibly and take more action in that way, and also let know others around me, and basically also as a collective of QSI here, well, the more of us are doing this work, the more we become reliable nodes, and the more we become the powerful shards we came here to be, the more we're able to listen to our soul's voice, and also receive also more zappings from the archangels. And the more we receive, the more we adapt to this to the new code, the ether code, and the more we move forward. And this is happening as we speak, basically. So this journey is a continuous journey. So all this knowledge we acquire here through everything we study, basically it helps also to affect also the ether code to change, to go in higher vibration and to receive more of this zappings, and to today we have, like, for example, the astral gate. So there is more incoming, more information incoming. So basically it's a constant work. So when you do this work responsibly, we are able also to interiorize easily more in easier ways what is taking place, and then of course the higher vibe, the happier we are within, as in connection with our soul, the more of this information we receive from the higher realms, from God, from Source, from Stellar, from the Creator, and the more we are able to, the easier it gets basically, and the more we also protect it basically, also because when it all goes together, because one vibration attracts another, so it's like a momentum, and so basically, this is the more we take action responsibly individually, it also affects the momentum of the group collectively. And it's very important that we remain in that high vibration, that we take action to know more, to clarify everything, all the knowledge we have, and also to share it with others. Because as we expand as quorums, wherever we are, it's also important to also share this information with others, those who are ready to receive, those who are ready to hear our message, and in other times just with our presence also good for the time needed till they are ready to receive this information. So it works in these ways. I mean, resonance, vibration, frequency is something that is constantly evolving, and the more we go back home, yeah, go back to source, the more this is happening, the more we expand. So this is working in so many ways. It's even difficult to express with words sometimes what expansion means. And yeah, so I'll leave it to that. And much love and high vibes to all, and big hug.